Welcome back. This is Model Man with my second YouTube video featuring a model kit from the 1978 motion picture Alien. The subject of the model kit is based on an iconic scene where Executive Officer Kane, played by the late John Hurt, peers over one of the leathery eggs that he finds in what can only be described as an alien hatchery or nursery. The box is a work of art in itself and should be kept to accompany the model once completed. It depicts the completed model of Kane peering over the egg and demonstrates how the model might be lit should you choose to light your own one. Further notes on the box tell us that it's a 1/9 scale and that it's a resin kit made by Polar Lights. Catalogue number POL 912/06. The rear of the box gives a little more background information on the scene depicted and some more lighting clues, namely Kane's backpack. It also makes mention that volume 37 of Sci-Fi and Fantasy Modeler provides graphic details as to how the model was painted, built and lit. And as if this wasn't enough, once opened, the box reveals a full colour paint and reference guide based on photos of the actual suit used in the film, courtesy of propstore.com. If you're serious about building this model and getting the best result possible, I thoroughly recommend you get a copy of the Sci-Fi Fantasy Modeler volume 37. It's packed full of hints and tips on how to install the LEDs and also how to paint the model as well. A very worthwhile companion to making this model, I would say. Inside the box, a high density foam with various cutout shapes for each of the 14 resin parts and the various crystal clear plastic parts. Underneath that is another foam cutout that holds the resin base on which the completed model will stand. As you look at the inner box, you will see a comprehensive paint chart along with suggesting painting techniques for each section of the model. And of course a two-sided instruction sheet and water slide decals to finish the model off. It's worth noting at this point that the model does not come with any lighting parts, but Polar clearly designed this model with the option to light it by including so many crystal clear parts. It must be said that this model cries out to be lit, and I will prove this by means of demonstration further on in this short video. The resin parts are beautifully cast and require little if any preparatory work. That said, all parts will benefit from a gentle soapy wash prior to painting. However, as I chose to light the model, apart from painting, the bulk of the work involved working out where the LEDs would go and then drilling and grinding channels for the wiring to be hidden. For the home searchlight, I chose a 10mm white light LED, and in order for it to fit behind the clear part, I had to grind it till it was almost flat. LEDs will continue to operate as long as you don't grind and hit the cathode and anode terminals. The rear of the helmet just required a 3mm white LED, which then had a clear part placed over it, which was then painted as per instructions, white, blue, red and green. The backpack left side required 2 white LEDs and then had a clear part placed over it, which was then painted as per instructions, blue blue, yellow red. Placing an LED behind the clear part under Kane's chin proved rather difficult because of the space constraints in the helmet. The torch proved reasonably straightforward when I chose to use a 3mm warm white LED. The egg section. This had not been lit in Polar Light's example, nor was it lit in the issue 37 of the Sci-Fi and Fantasy Modeler. However, my personal preference was to light it, and I did this by means of a 3mm green LED. The resin base was then glued to 1-inch MDF, and it was cut out with a jigsaw and then painted up to match. And also, because I wanted to power the model by direct current, I added a 2.5mm DC jack and also a basic on and off button switch. All my wiring was completed underneath the base, and then I used a very small 2mm foam backing underneath just to finish the model off, so it doesn't scratch any surfaces. And here is the finished article.